Hello, and welcome to Dragonflower Gardens. I want to thank all my returning subs. You guys are awesome. And if you're new here, welcome. We talk about gardening, wild foraging, bushcraft, medicinal plants, food preservation, seed saving, physical and spiritual health, animal husbandry, and agricultural news that affects you. So if that's what you're into, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time we're getting ready to drop a new video. Now let's get into it today. Today, we're going to explore the question, is long-term food storage more important than growing a garden? Or is a garden more important than long-term food storage? So it's a pretty loaded question, and I'm not sure if I framed it very well, but we're going to take it on today. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at how much food we should store and how to grow food. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at is long-term food storage. And what we want to do is go ahead and recognize what is recommended for storage. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what's recommended for 1 year's worth of food storage by the LDS Church. Here's our chart. Seems like a lot, doesn't it? Just for one person, huh? Okay, every calorie counts, my friends. All right, so let's go ahead and just tackle the idea that we're just starting. We're starting to build our long-term food storage. And we're going to start with beans and rice. Beans and rice is a good place to start. There is a good combination between these two things that gives nearly all the nutrients that your body actually needs to survive. Almost all. There isn't much vitamin C than otherwise barely any. So foraging for your vitamin C or storing something else that has vitamin C in it is really important, because you'll get scurvy and other malnutrition issues. This is a basic starvation diet. All right, so I am a woman that weighs 110 pounds. My fella, who is a man, weighs 220 pounds. Roughly, he weighs exactly twice as me, okay? Which means the amount of food that a man of that size is going to need to be functional and be able to protect and provide is more than what you as a lady is going to be intaking. So when storing food for a fella, remember that their calorie count is higher than yours is, and that a 2,000 calorie count is not enough to be able to keep a man's body running. Okay, so you want to make sure that if you're storing food, that you're storing enough calories, that you're not on a starvation diet. This is the reason why it's recommended that we store other things besides beans and rice. It's also important to store what you eat and eat what you store. This is where you have a rotation with your working pantry. And your working pantry is not the same as the one that you have in your kitchen. This is a month to 3 months worth of food that you're rotating through. Long-term food storage is put away for long-term use. So you'll see this in grains. You'll see it stored away in number 10 cans. You'll see it stored away in Mylar bags. You'll see it stored away in food grade buckets. These are more proper ways to store this long-term food storage. So let's go ahead and take a look at growing your own food. This is a noble endeavor. It is not necessarily easy. There are many factors to take into account. Your soil compound, the nutrients, the seeds, the weather, the water, the droughts, the bugs. This is not an easy endeavor, but it is a possible endeavor. It is something that we can do to get out and start working on that skill, because it is a skill and it doesn't just magically show up. I took a personal challenge last year to see if I could grow one crop that my family is going to eat all year long. I set out to grow 1 pound of peas per week for my family. I did not even come close to reaching this goal, and I've been gardening for a very long time. Sometime. So if you'd like to see that video, here it is. Yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds to even grow one crop that your family needs for an entire year, then otherwise grow it for more than one person. And depending on the land, the soil, and what you're working with, really depends on the outcome of what your crop is going to end up looking like and being able to even be edible. Okay, so after we've grown the crop, we need to know how to store this crop properly. So it may include dehydrating, canning, freezing, preserving by salt, pickling. I mean, we got options here. But that is also a skill that needs to be worked on. So some people call it a survival garden, and we've heard it referred to in history as a victory garden. Victory gardens were started during the World War. It really caught on here in America during World War II. Here are some wonderful posters, because I absolutely adore history, you guys. These are fun. But the point is that it's in your hands. So if you're working with a chunk of land, or if you're working with containers, or if you're doing hydroponics, or any wonderful number of things that we have to actually be growing food, it's time to up the production. So after exploring these two things, it's understandable that neither one of them is more important. They're equally as important, because both things relate to two different times. You're going to need your food storage so you don't have to go out and embrace the mobs and the issues that will proceed within the stores. Do not be surprised if you find armed guards for hire in your local grocery stores in 2023. We grow the gardens and work on our skills because eventually our stores will run out. And to thrive, we must be as prepared as possible for anything that will come our way. We prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I hope this helps a little bit on your journey this year in 2023 in providing food for you and your family. Thank you for being here with us at Dragonflower Gardens. Your time is valuable and we appreciate that. Leave us a comment below and let us know how your journey is going. Let me know what it is that you guys would like to see me tackle with the next topics. Your input is important, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching Dragonflower Gardens, and remember to keep on growing.